Established during the twilight of the Enderium Republic, the Enderium Inquisition emerged as a response to the increasingly desperate Senate's need for control. As the nation teetered on the brink of fracturing due to the tumultuous Great Sector Wars, this covert entity was conceived as a means to restore order. Led by the enigmatic Callistar Tarot, the Inquisition's purpose was to infiltrate and eliminate any threats to the nation's stability. However, beyond the Senate's chambers, the Inquisition faced criticism as nothing more than a political puppet. It was accused of serving the Senate's interests rather than genuinely safeguarding the nation. Yet, the tides of fate shifted during the final days of the Great Sector Wars. Vitalian, foreseeing a new era dawning, approached Tarot with an enticing proposition. In his vision, a reformed Inquisition would stand as a bulwark against encroaching chaos and destabilization. Vitalian recognized that the tools of the burgeoning empire couldn't all be as overt as the 19 formidable legions. Some challenges necessitated finesse and covert maneuvering. The empire's evolving financial and bureaucratic systems, along with the nascent imperial cult, represented potential breeding grounds for corruption and inefficiency, casting shadows over the nation's prospects. As a result, Vitalian sought to entrust the weight of these concerns to the restructured Inquisition. After all, it was the Senate's own corruption that had set the stage for the cataclysmic Great Sector Wars. Now, the Inquisition found itself at the crossroads of history, poised to shape the trajectory of a new era for the Empire. It was for these very reasons that the men and women entrusted with this responsibility would have to be those of great moral character and absolute in their duty and conviction. For the resources placed at their disposal would be near limitless. They would be entrusted with the power to be judge, jury, and executioner in situations where a formal capture and trial would not be possible. They would be armed and armored with the best equipment that the Empire would have to offer for unaugmented humans, and would operate outside of the chain of command, allowing for flexibility in their decision-making and investigatory process. They would be set with the unenviable task of operating in an empire that was permeated with contradictions. Vast industrial cities would sprawl out of control and tower into space, while on other worlds feudal tithes would be exacted from peasant farmers. Shipyards would pump out fleets for the Empire, while on other planets steam engines would power cloth mills. Advanced armies fight battles on worlds with titanic war machines, while on another, an infantryman might fight off a local rebel with a bayonet charge. Any chosen as an Inquisitor would have to navigate between a complex web of worlds, all at different technological levels, industrial megacorporations, an expanding black market, guilds, foreign nations, allies, enemies, government agencies, and military power structures, all existing under the blanket of the Enderium Empire. And while it wasn't by design, the Empire was so large that standardization was almost impossible, although these obstacles did not stop many who would become Inquisitors from advancing in their goals. It was from these challenges and formidable trials the Inquisition's 3 distinct orders emerged, each tasked with overseeing and managing a unique facet of the sprawling empire. The Ordo Soldi, charged with surveilling and addressing bureaucratic intricacies, financial misconduct, and resource allocation across the empire. These Inquisitors pursued the eradication of government corruption, monitored the distribution of essential Enderium logistical services, collected taxes, and enforced the Enderium tithe. The Order Chiesa shouldered the responsibility of religious affairs and the enforcement of the imperial truth. Among the branches, this was the largest, wielding immense influence. Their reach extended from grand basilicas to humble congregations, with the power to uplift or obliterate the clergy of the state religion. Those of the Ordo Chiesa held the rare power of excommunicato, capable of on-the-spot sentencing or execution for those deemed deeply ensnared in apostasy, although this weighty authority was rarely exercised openly. The Ordo Militaris, the most comprehensive among the 3, operated as a martial arm within the Inquisition. Its members were specialists in investigating military matters, boasting rigorous combat, infiltration, and assassination training, including expertise amongst the cult of the marksman. The Inquisition held a spectrum of powers encompassing the power of executing civilians, detainment, ad hoc questioning, expedition, discernment, deploying and directing military forces, relocation, holding individuals, production of weapons, production and distribution of religious material and iconography, money tracing, and investigation of cases of conspiracy. The Inquisition also holds the power of censorship and historical revisionism over almost any documents within the Empire accessible to the public. Many of the original texts or copies that have been changed are held by the organization in their personal archive located in their headquarters on the world of Inquisitorius. They also operate a substantial naval force, modeled after the tenets of the Archland Confederacy, bolstering the Inquisition's capabilities. Whispers abound that the Inquisition's surveillance network effectively quells civil conflicts, quashes nascent revolutions, and dismantles threats to the Empire's stability before they manifest fully. The ambitious aspirations of potential rival clerics or commanders were met with swift rebuke from the keen tongues or equally keen blades of inquisitors. Any designs to usurp Vitalion's dominion were summarily met with an inquisitor's bullet. This organization's lineage reaches depths beyond common perception, boasting an incomprehensibly expansive network of contacts, agents, informants, and interstellar connections. In rivalry with entities such as the Black Circle and the Zaragoza family, some even speculate on ties to the ancient Inkfinger organization. It has shepherded the Enderium Empire through civil unrest, extraterrestrial incursions, religious purges, and the vicissitudes of history. Not immune to transgressions, entire secret wars have been fought to put down sects of the Ordos that deemed themselves above the law of Vitalion, with even some legions getting involved. However, it is the Inquisition's great honor and duty to police not just the galaxy but themselves. For no other phrase defines them better than what Taro is known to have said to a Bannerlord upon the discussion of the fall of the Empire: "Brother, why worry about something that isn't going to happen?"